should be played at high volume.
Original Miami boy, 30 years behind bars, a true warrior. There's nothing like me, authentic master of the game. This is where I started at, in the streets of Atlanta, ATL, on Boulevard. This is where I made my first million.
What's up? Fire up here. We finna get it on. Go ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Y'all get ready for it. DJ Alcohol in the house. Y'all do all this stuff right yourself. Hold on, here we go. Guess I'll be up first. What's right? Big time. Your shoe light. Check it out. Gotta be your shoes from the underground. The nigga who you like with the funky sound. Live in the fucking out in the case. Get that old dance and let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. It's a brand new dance and it's coming your way. It was started in Miami by the Get a DJ. Say some call it nasty, but that's not true. Just the only dance that you can do. Cause you need a sexy body, make your partner come alive.
We have 2 officers size, gotta be in the county, 11:45.
And learn it quick, just get on the floor and
Who is Big Trav? People think Big Trav is just a guy that came from Miami, landed in Georgia and Atlanta, and got lucky. Who is Big Trav? Because what I hear, Trav is a household name throughout all the South regions, working his way up back to Atlanta.
Atlanta was my last stop. I had a name for myself inside Miami. I had developed a strong name. I was a gangster in Miami, and I had to move myself out of Miami to survive. I came up to South Georgia, Moultrie, Georgia. I came to Jessup, Statesboro, Georgia, Macon, Georgia, Dublin, Pella, and other places to make my mark. I made a few $100,000 through that time, and I moved up to Georgia, and that's when I became a millionaire. I don't want to go too deep into a lot of stuff, but in reality, at 18, Atlanta, when I was 18, this 1984, 85, 86 era coming up. I met Trav in 1987. So I graduated in 86. So being here in Atlanta, things were trending. You know, either you were doing this or you were doing that. You know, so you know when the trend came of how life exploded here in Atlanta with the different kind of scenes and different kind of things going on, I was gravitated to Trav because when he came and brought number love, and he brought a lot of things that taught us different kinds of attributes of life on how we got here today in this, you know, big world. You know, I put it there, man. It's good to be home after 30 years. Support the homies, supporting barbershop. It's good to feel the Miami vibe. It's a good thing. It's a good atmosphere. you make your bed hard, you should sleep in it. That's something I should have passed down to everybody. You know, you don't use nobody to point the finger at after you get in a situation. So I feel that you should pass that down to everyone.
That off the real. Man, that was back when they didn't have no goddamn Pyrex pots. Man, we had to go in the service station and buy a baby food jar and put the dope over in there and stick it over in the pot and cook the little work like that all the time. Yeah. Then you had the little stragglers that wasn't getting no money. They'll go in there and buy some goody goody headache powder and put it on the wax. You know what I'm saying? And flex your customer when you leave. You know what I mean? So, you know, I go all the way back. Miami Boat, Vince, look, right here in this same park, 509 Apartment Boulevard right now.
But you gotta realize, man, you had times when we talked about this shit. Like, what, if this and that happened, who gonna do this and who gonna do that? So it ain't like we were blind to this shit, man. It was a season, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just be out here to be, oh, that's my dog. Ride for my nigga, and then go tell on a nigga about what? We shit when it's sweet and sweet. When it's fall and fall. That's my nigga. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? From the south to the north, whatever, respect it. No sideways shit, never. You ever met a nigga in your life you ain't never argued with, had a disagreement about nothing? And that's love, dog. That's what it is.
You know, if you're on a mission to be successful, then you reach for that goal. Don't mix it with nothing.
It just been love and loyalty ever since I met him. Ain't been nothing but love and loyalty. You know, I used to actually live down there, you know, 15th, you know, 22nd Ave. You know what I'm saying? I know Uncle Al, I know Skibo, I know Dre. You know, I was down there when Mike Tyson was hanging out on the boulevard every day, you know. Even in the trending with the clothes and the jewelry, all of that, you know, we trendsetters. You know? Everything I know, I either gonna do it to the best of my ability or I ain't gonna do it at all, you know?
You get what I'm saying?
How was the vibe back then?
Oh, everybody was making movies, baby.
Money everywhere.
Everybody making the movie. Right there with that building there, turn around, look at that big white building right there. That big white building there, that should be the biggest trap on Boulevard. This building right here was the second biggest trap. D Park was the third and fourth biggest trap. Right here on Boulevard. You know what I mean? Nigga be out here playing basketball. You come up by $100 slab, whatever. Nigga serve you right there. You know what I mean? No pressure.
So how you feel to be back after 30 years, 30 long years?
Man, it's a new environment. You know, you got to come out and get yourself some leverage, get yourself some balance, you know. After 30 years, you know, it's a different environment. You got to make the best of that. You got to be a chameleon. You know, you got to adjust to the environment that you're in. The technology is new, the vibe is new. So you got to get yourself, you know, prepared. You know, you can't just walk in place. You can't have the treadmill effect. You got to move, and, you know, and keep the atmosphere clean.
You know what this is, man. You know what it is. Man, you got to represent for your boys, man. Trabulation, go get that. Meantime, between time, man. On a solid stand, baby. Y'all be. Feel me? Actually met old boy, man. On some beef shit. He beef with I'm on the squad with a nigga. I'm thinking he all that. Shit. Nigga talking about he looking for him. Shit, black boy, pull up on. I heard you looking for me. Now I see the bitch in him. So shit, I can't rock with this nigga no more. First time I met black boy. Man, so shit. Been solid ever since. A lot of stories. Can't get to y'all.
I'm out to live the city. I want to get the Bull Pride, the Northwestern Pride. You know,
I hear you was a star basketball player. You want to talk a little bit on that?
yeah, I was pretty good.
Pretty good?
I was pretty good basketball player, but you know, I was attracted to the streets. I leaned, you know, I was straddling the fence. And by me straddling the fence and the love for, you know, the upbringing, the culture that I saw, I leaned more to the streets than playing basketball. Things took a turn, and all the excitement started moving towards me. The fast cars, the women, and it took a turn. So, like I said from the beginning, you can't mix business with pleasure. And, I ain't reached my goal that I really wanted to reach, but, I still got youth and health after 30 years.
Help this
I'm not broke. I'm not broke down. So, my journey continues.
I see.
I was a baby, man. I tell you, man, back then I was 8 and 9 years old. Them folks wasn't doing nothing but throwing money out, getting kid money like that. I wasn't them little kid, and they had to give them money on both sides. You had the police up there at Amoco. When they bust somebody or catch them up here at the pay phones up there and bust them and take their money, throw us all the little money, all the little rents around here in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? And the dope boy, when they come through in their Cadillacs and Volts and Hammers, and I knew the difference from the Miami cars and the Atlanta car. When they come through, they give out a lot of money. You know what I mean? So they had a big impact on the city.
Jails filled up.
If you sell drugs, you will be caught. And when you're caught, you will be prosecuted. And once you're convicted, you will do time.
But in the inner cities where drug money and drug jobs seem to be the only thriving industry, teenage dealers still swaggered, studded with gold jewelry, driving expensive cars.
I hear you the original master, man. I heard you was the jury man. You was the fly man himself. I heard you had your own jury store, man.
Yeah, I had my own jury store. I used to laugh at guys, they wanted to compete against me with the jury. How you gonna compete against a man that owns a jury store? So
you was the real Jacob back then, the real Alex back then, huh?
Yeah, I was the real Dundalk.
I mean, the code is, man, being silent, man. Don't never say that, man. Take your licking and keep it ticking, baby. You know what I mean? Them folks that try to give me 2 lives and 60. Dude set me up and kidnapped me, wanted $100,000 and 2 keys for my ransom. Facts. I just got out. April the 1st. You get what I'm saying? Back at it again. Ain't nothing gonna stop. I'm gonna feed mine. We gonna eat. You know what they talking about. Promise you that.
You gotta keep yourself in good condition. People ain't gonna say they beat an old man. They gonna say they beat Trav. You know what I'm saying? That name is a household name. So you gotta keep yourself in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared. Whatever come your way.
Trabulation.
Even though after 30 years, the mindset is still up. Even though the atmosphere changed, things change around you, but the same mindset there, just different faces.
We did. They always talk about how they came and took over whatever them folks didn't take over. Them folks showed love.
Yeah.
About the bricks down here. You know what I mean? It was no problem with them. It was about the female. Hey, man, these folks furnishing all these little brown houses and shit, man. You understand me? Them boys couldn't take that, so it was more of a perspective with some between that. But other than that, we was all getting money, baby.
Getting money.
And you still come back and get some money. It's always gonna be what it's gonna be.
Down the Miami connection, man. Nothing changed, baby.
All love. They always thought I was a Miami boy. I just left flawless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just left.
Yes, sir.
I see you dug deep, man.
It's my revelation. It's through my experience. It's my revelations. What I see, how the streets occupied, how things, worked out through different groups. So it's my revelations of what I saw. You know what I'm saying? So I came big with it. I put it out there. It became the #1 new release. You know what I'm saying? And I want everyone to pick it up. There's a lot of Jews in that book. There's a lot of Jews in the book. It can give you some good. It's the Old Testament. It's the Old Testament right now. Or the Hood Bible. Mayhem made me stand out. Made me stand out so far that, they said I was the worst drug dealer ever that they seen in the northern district of Georgia.
So did you see, and I always wonder this, like, did you see any longevity in it? Like when you first got into it, how long did you think that the money was gonna last?
At the beginning, right? I took it for play. I seen a lot of money. I was a kid. You know, I came in at 17 years old. So, and I moved fast. You know, I came from a background of some old parents, and they had me at an old age. They taught me how to save my money and invest it. So I saved my money at the age of 19. I had my own business. I stood out from all the Miami guys that came up here. You know, when I came with strength. I came with force. I came with mayhem. And I was attached to a lot of different situations that made me stand out from the rest of the Miami boys that came up in Atlanta. It made me stand out that they put me so far in the game that they say I was a serial killer or I was a vigilante that just, you know, that they never saw before.
You know, like I say, you know, the feline, the Sergio Ticino, you know, the cable ropes, links, diamonds, you know. In Atlanta now, we've been wearing gold teeth all our life, you know what I'm saying? But when Trav came, he brought extraordinary features with getting gold teeth, you know, diamonds and all that. You know, Atlanta, we ain't slow now. We been had jewelry, cars, all of that, but different types of cars and, you know, how you ride the car and all that. Like 72 Impala, I was probably the first one to put one in the game up here in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You know, them donks. And donks weren't even popular in Miami when I was down there. You know, they were dealing more with bricks and stuff like that. I seen more bricks and Regal back then than donks. You know, donks is what it is now. You know,
it was a different atmosphere for me. You know, I had to stand my grounds. You know, if you don't stand your grounds in certain situations, then you'll fall by the wayside and be victimized of the street. So this is, you know, survival was a part of my life. So a real nigga go through a lot of things. Dudes be saying, oh, hey, I'm a real nigga, but you can't even shake a good man's hand and say, man, damn, boy, you went through the struggle, boy. I appreciate you being a good man and they ain't take nobody down, you know? But this is what real niggas got to go through, you know? You go through your hard times, do your time by yourself, everybody turn it back on you and feel that they ain't gonna never see you again. But you got to stand your ground throughout the test of time. All this is a part of a test to see that you can endure. But a lot of people fold and not be themselves. So this is what real niggas got to go through, you know. Like I said, real dudes think he got to throw a man a bone, you know. The code of the game, when dudes come on, dudes gonna do what's necessary. They say, man, okay, this is what I want to do for you, bro. I appreciate you. You've been going a long time. Man, you're a good man, huh? That's just the code of the game, bro. You don't owe me nothing. I mean, I do the sell whatever I do again. I don't give us $5. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got an image that you're trying to go by and proceed with, then you gonna do that. You ain't nobody owe you nothing, man.
I mean, those years, I lived down through the lifestyle, that conch salad, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, with meeting Trail was a big momentum in my life with moving forward and things that I did, my mentality and all of that. And like I say, you know, it's been a long journey. You know, I'm 51 years old, be 52. And the only thing I can do is thank God, my ancestors, the universe, and everything for having me here and teaching me these lessons, which I know, you know what I'm saying, the lessons so that I can live and keep living for my generations and grandsons and granddaughters and sons.
I stand out. I stand out from the rest. And I make things happen. I just don't proclaim something. I generate it. I just want to let everybody know, don't never think that you owe me nothing. I appreciate everything somebody give me. The shout outs, you know, the big boy shout outs, Jeezy, Ross, anybody. All the people that gave me shout outs, you know what I'm saying? Black Moon, Buckshot Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I tip my hat to them men, you know what I'm saying? With respect, you know what I'm saying? And I can't count y'all money. What's yours is yours, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. Nobody owe me nothing.
But I gotta ask you this, because I heard a long time ago that Big Nose Bob faked his death, but I hear you the real Machiavelli. You care to elaborate a little bit on how that came to pass and what made you even attempt to do that?
As I look back on that time, there's a few things going on in my life that I had to evade. The system was at me. I had a few issues that I had to move forward and reject the image that things went wrong in my life. So I faked my death to go underground because I had to move so fast that I was over the radar. So I had to get under the radar again. So I put that atmosphere to the public and the mindset, try to change the mindset of the people that, man, he gone. But I fooled the masses. I fooled everybody.
America's Most Wanted. I'm John Walsh. Tonight, we'll ask for your help with one of the Justice Department's top priority cases, and we'll re-examine a case with $1 million reward.
Man, that man was killing for every time Jim tell him to go kill somebody, he killed him.
I was listening to that story, so I went to my sister's house, and the president put up the Christmas holidays. And while I was there, they had put me on the American Most Wanted. The lawyer they appointed me to, he told me not to speak to nobody because they had labeled me as serial killer.
I sat down and planned it real good, and I had to fool even my family. I had to, make sure that everybody believed that that was true. And I put that to effect so fine that I fooled the masses of the people. I went as far as putting a few teeth in the car. There's a lot of broken souls inside the system that depend on the system to carry them through their bid. Their family members had abandoned them, and there's nobody to lean on but the system. So they lean forward to the system to carry them through their trials and tribulations, through their bad choices. Man, everybody a boss in their own lane, but you got to master your lane. That's what you is a boss in. Don't enter in somebody else's lane. When you enter in somebody else's lane, you misunderstand the concept of that lane, and that will cause you to fall victim of certain things that you don't understand. That will make you a boss. If you don't got the mathematics of the importance, then you can't make that happen for yourself or the people who are around you.
So what can we pick the book up from?
From BigVibes.com. BigVibes.com.
And I heard that book like that, man. They said they ride around with it on the dashboard, man.
Yeah, man, look at it. They threw away the old Constitution and came in with the
Can be
book.
played at high volume.
Ain't nobody in my city can get this freedom against. What's next?